Welcome back to Done Gone Travels. Video today presents our tour of Reims Cathedral and Luxembourg American Cemetery. This excursion was part of our summer 2025 trip to France, Germany, Luxembourg, and Switzerland. The day's tour included a drive through Paris rush hour traffic and then, conversely, through the quaint French countryside to Reims. At Reims, we toured the Reims Cathedral, then bused to the Luxembourg American Cemetery, and finally to board the Viking Herja. We reorganized our suitcases, tagged them, and moved them to outside the hotel room door for delivery to our day's tour bus and ultimately to the Viking's longboat Herja. Breakfast at the hotel buffet had long lines to be seated, at each of the 4 coffee machines, and at the eggs preparation counter. After boarding the bus and suffering through Monday morning's rush hour traffic, we were transported to Reims, where we toured the Reims Cathedral. The Cathedral Notre Dame de Reims, meaning Our Lady of Reims, known in English as Reims Cathedral, is a Catholic cathedral in the French city of Reims, the seat of the Archdiocese of Reims. The cathedral is considered to be one of the most important works of Gothic architecture. Reims Cathedral is renowned for its magnificent stained glass, particularly its rose windows and the modern additions of Marc Chagall. This is the Chagall stained glass window. The cathedral was dedicated to the Virgin Mary and was the traditional location for the coronation of the kings of France. It became a UNESCO World Heritage Site in 1991. A major tourist destination, it receives about 1 million visitors annually. After leaving Reims just after lunch, we were driven to Luxembourg, an exciting event for us as Luxembourg is the 42nd country we visited. Luxembourg is a small European country surrounded by Belgium, France, and Germany. It's mostly rural, with dense Ardennes forest and nature parks in the north, rocky gorges of the Mosel region in the east, and the Moselle River Valley in the southeast. Luxembourg is a developed country with an advanced economy and one of the world's highest PPP-adjusted GDPs per capita per the IMF and World Bank. It also ranks highly in terms of life expectancy, human development, and human rights. The Luxembourg American Cemetery was established to honor those Americans from World War II. It is located in Ham, Luxembourg City, Luxembourg. The cemetery contains 5,074 American war dead, many who lost their lives in the Battle of the Bulge and in the advance to the Rhine River. The cemetery covers over 50.5 acres and was dedicated in 1960. It is administered by the American Battle Monuments Commission. There are 131 soldiers of Jewish faith and 22 pairs of brothers interred within. 2 Congressional Medal of Honor recipients are at rest. 2 general officers are buried in the cemetery, one of which is General George Smith Patton. The city of Luxembourg served as headquarters for Patton's U.S. Third Army. There is also 1 female nurse buried in this cemetery and 371 graves of unknown persons. Several of the men of Easy Company, the 506th Parachute Infantry Regiment of the U.S. 101st Airborne Division, are buried here. This was famously depicted in the HBO series Band of Brothers. The cemetery has a central chapel with combined altar for the Catholic, Protestant, and Jewish faiths and stained glass windows with the patches of the U.S. higher command units of both Army and Army Air Force. Sloping away from the terrace is the cemetery itself, where the service members are buried or memorialized. The graves, made up of white marble crosses or Stars of David, are laid out in rows and plots. Each grave has an identifying marked number to assist people in identifying graves when visiting. This was a somber visit indeed. A short drive later found us boarding the Viking Herja, where we would spend the next several days sailing from Trier, Germany to Basel, Switzerland. Our luggage then arrived, and we met with the other passengers in Herja's lounge for an introduction to the crew leaders, a welcoming and orientation meeting, and a champagne toast. Dinner included a bacon-based appetizer, pork tenderloin medallions with a fried cabbage patty, and a delightful pudding cake similar to creme brulee. We sailed upstream and had a restful night's sleep. That concludes this video. Thanks for watching, goodbye for now, and connect with us again next time as we tour Trier, Cochem, Reichsburg, and the Moselle Valley.